Hi, I'm coming to you Sunday afternoon in Anchorage, Alaska. It's 38 degrees and sunny, and hopefully this window isn't going to be too distracting. I'm filming from my kitchen today. I'm trying different places to find out which is going to be the best one to film from. Didn't realize the sunshine coming in. Hopefully it won't distract too much. But anyway, so I'm the Northern Stitcher. My name is Janice, or people call me Grandma. Pretty soon a little one will be calling me Great Grandma. And I'm here to do an update. Let me just go over kind of a little review of what we're going to talk about today. And basically it is, since I didn't give too much information on myself the last time I did a video, I'm going to do the Know Your Needle Worker tag. I'm going to show you a couple of my FFOs that are from, one, they're both gifts. One I gave to my mother many years ago, and one I did just currently this year for my grandson for his 21st birthday. And then I'm going to show you a couple of the WIPs I'm working on, and a new birthday start that I did, and also a couple of the Year of WIP Challenge pieces that I've been working on, and to let you know kind of what's been happening since I've been doing this Year of WIP, so I've come across some interesting things, let me tell you. Okay, let's start with the Know Your Needle Worker tag, and first I have to read the questions. First one is, where am I from? I am from Anchorage, Alaska. I was born here many years ago, and I've been here pretty much ever since. I did take a 6-year, what do you want to call it? Not vacation, because we lived there for 6 years. We went to Canada for 6 years. My husband got a job there, and we lived in British Columbia, and we lived in Alberta. 2 of our 3 children were born there, and I loved it. It was beautiful. I really want to go back someday and see some friends that I left many years ago there. Anyway, so I'm from Anchorage. And then the next thing is, what kind of work do I do? Well, I'm retired from my main career, which was with the University of Alaska. I started there, I worked there for 30 years, started there back in the 80s, and did as an accounting clerk in the accounting office, and did the agency stuff, and I just progressed and worked my way up. And when I retired, I was the manager of the accounts receivable and financial aid disbursements, and that was a very busy, hectic job. We have thousands of students every semester, and so it was a big job. I did love it. I loved working with the students. I loved academics, but I'm really glad to be retired from there now. I also am now working in a retirement job. Even though I retired from there 6 years ago, I have been working full-time for a it's a power company, part of it, but it's one of the native corporations up here called Tanadusix, and we supply the electric power to the North Slope, Dead Horse, Alaska, which is way at the top of the map, and it's where the oil fields are, and so we supply the power to them. We also supply power to 3 other places in Alaska. 2 are down on the Aleutian chain, one is called Sandpoint, the other is called Adak, and then we also supply the power to a small community up near Fairbanks, Alaska, which is called Manly Hot Springs. And so it's quite an interesting job, moving from education into utilities, and I really enjoy it. It's a nice retirement job. And so I do that. I'm hoping to retire, which you'll probably hear me mention more than once in the upcoming videos. I hope to retire within a year or so and devote most of my time to doing the things I love, like stitching, quilting, now YouTube, all these things. Okay, so that's my work career. Do I have any kids? Yes, I have 3 daughters, and I have a son, my grandson, who's been living with me since he was 12. He's 21 now. And even before he was 12, he was pretty much here as much as he could be, because he just loved being at Grandma's house. So anyway, he is 21 now. He's a man. He's still living here. He and his fiance Emily live with me. They're the ones expecting my great grandson, and we're so excited about that. That's only about 5 weeks away. I'll talk a little bit more about that when I get to the baby update of the video. And so let's see. My 3 children, I have 6 grandchildren. 3 live in Texas, and the rest of them live up here. So 3 live up here. And I have my 3 daughters. 1 lives in Texas. 1 lives with her husband in Nevada, and then I have a daughter that lives here in Anchorage. So we're kind of spread out around the place. My grandkids are wonderful, love them deeply. And my other hobbies. Do I have any other hobbies? Yes, I have other hobbies. Seems like my biggest hobby right now is trying to figure out how to retire so that I can spend more time on my hobbies. But of course there's quilting, I do embroidery, I do candle wicking, I do needlepoint, I love doing jigsaw puzzles. In fact, my kitchen table hasn't seen food in a long, not my kitchen, yeah, my dining room table hasn't seen food on it in quite a while, because it's either filled with my current jigsaw puzzle I'm working on or quilting project. And so yeah, I don't spend that much time eating at my dining room table. I do have a sewing room, but it usually ends up being more like a storage room. This house seems to be always under some kind of remodeling, and everything that needs to be somewhere else for a while goes into my sewing room, and so that's what happens. Okay, what is my favorite movie? I have 3 that I can think of the top of my head. One of them is Mamma Mia. I love light comical musical type things, and that is just kind of the ultimate. I love the music, I love the whole cute story involved, and so I could watch that many, many times. I also love Michael with John Travolta, where he is an angel on earth who, you know, comes to accomplish things, and it's a funny comedy, and I could watch that. Oh, I have watched it many times. And then the last one I can think of that I have watched probably a dozen times, and if it came on this afternoon, I would probably turn it on and watch it. And it is called Fools Rush In with Selma Hayek and Matthew Perry. I just think that is just a fun movie to watch. It's just total entertainment. I love it. Okay, my favorite books. I have many favorite books. I could give you more. My most recent favorite book that I read actually a few years ago is Pillars of the Earth. I love movies, that too, but novels that are based on fact and kind of period pieces, and I kind of like my movies like that too. So that's my book things. I don't have that much time to read anymore, just because if I could cross stitch or read, I always choose cross stitch. And if I'm in bed and can't go to sleep, some people pick up a book and read it for a while. I'll get all the way up and come out and stitch for an hour or two. So, but I still love books. I'm looking into getting some audiobooks, but then that might cut into my YouTube time. And so, what a dilemma. All right. My favorite music. I really like light classical. I like happy music. I like music from the 50s and 60s. That's when I was a teenager in the 60s, the late 60s, and I just love all that music. I love, like I said, happy music, like Jimmy Buffett, and kind of like road tripping music. But I don't even listen to that much music anymore because my days are filled with so much already. My favorite TV show. I have a favorite. I like all kinds of TV, but I think my family would probably call me the reality junkie because I love reality shows. Not all of them. I don't like the ones where there's a bunch of arguing going on and stuff like that. I like the ones where there's contests involved, such as Survivor, Amazing Race, the Great British Baking Championship, oh gosh, all of the Food Network challenge shows like Master Chef and all those. I just love them all. I'm recording them all, and so I don't spend time watching commercials. I just record them and watch them later. However, moving that clicker ahead and I have to take my hand off my needle, that's annoying, but whatever. And I also like, on TV, I like the documentary type things, the period pieces, like, of course, Downton Abbey, and I just watched a series on, I think it was either HBO or Showtime, one of the premium channels, called The White Queen, and that was really interesting. I love historical TV. Okay, next question. Also, I love the reality ones where they're scripted. Not all of them, of course. I do pick and choose, but that are like kind of comedy, like Chrisley Knows Best. I know it's scripted. It's not real reality, but I love it. I also love the ones that are more real reality, like Wicked Tuna, all those kind of things. I could probably go on. I can think of them here and constantly. Okay, the next thing, I guess the next thing is if there was one word that could sum me up. Gosh, busy. I'm busy, and yet I've been told if I retire, I'll be even busier. So, wow. Still working full-time. Oh, just a minute. I'm in my kitchen, and that was my timer going off for my dinner. Hold on just one sec. Okay. I canceled the heat, and now I'll continue on with this. The next thing I'm going to do, since we went over the Know Your Needlework tag, and I think those are all the questions. I just got a copy of it from listening to somebody else's, so I'm not really sure how that's going to work out. The next thing I'm going to do is show you some of my finished objects. And this is like a new camera, new setup, new kitchen. I don't know exactly how this is going to work, and I hope when I watch it back I don't see a bunch of glare and all that kind of stuff. But the first one I'm going to show you two. The first one is one that I made for my mother many years ago. I love teapots, teacups. She does too. In fact, I inherited her teacup collection, which I will show you in a future video. And so this is something that I made for her. She displayed it proudly in her dining room, and here it is. I'm hoping this, okay, there's no glare there. So this is teapot, teacups, and some flowers, kind of all of Mom's favorite things. And I have the pamphlet I made it from, and I was going to bring it to have at this video session, but I forgot it. but it's made into a tea tray, and yet she displayed it. She never used it as a tea tray, which is probably good. And so this is one of my fully finished objects. It was professionally framed, obviously. I have that done. Of course, I'm sure back then, 25 years ago, it was a lot cheaper than it is today. The next one I'm going to show you is one I just finished this year. I made it for my grandson's 21st birthday. And it's one that I saw a couple people making when I started watching YouTube, and one of them was Joe. Hi Joe, and Joe's the one who actually encouraged me to make these videos, so I want to send a thank you to Joe because I'm actually kind of enjoying it even though I'm still so new at it. But she was working on 99 by Ink Circles, and when I saw that, and my grandson was turning 21, I just thought perfect birthday present, and so I started stitching this up for him. I'm trying to figure out where's the best place to let you see this, but anyway, there's all the little beer bottles, and they're all so cute. And so one of the things that I decided to do with this birthday present was to include a couple little of the actual beers that are on here. So I went to an import specialty liquor store, and I haven't been to liquor stores in many, many years, but I went there and I had the guy help me there, and we picked out a dozen of the actual beers that are on the list. So I'm just going to show you a couple of them, because when we looked at the beers and looked at the beer bottles, it was so cute because they actually look exactly the same. This is the one called Duval, and it is, I'm going to put the beer down, but this is what it looks like, and here it is on there, and it's really cute because they look identical. The next one that I got him, I'm just going to show you two samples of what I got him. The next one that I got him is the Alaskan Amber. Here is the beer bottle. Of course, we live in Alaska, so this was an appropriate one to give him. And then if you look on row 6, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's 6A here, this one right here. And when you look at it, you can see that it looks just like the thing. Oh, and I just heard my fan go off in my stove, so I'm hoping that hasn't wrecked this video. We'll see. Anyway, so I got those for him. He loved the present. Everyone, we went to a nice restaurant for his 21st birthday. Everyone in the restaurant loved what I had done. They loved the cross stitch, and then they loved the fact that I got him those specialty beers. And so that was kind of a nice present that everybody liked. Okay, so those are the two fully finished objects that I'm showing you. I have many more that I'll bring a couple into each video. Next, I'm going to show you some of the WIPs I've been working on, and first one I'm going to show you is the 26th of the month is day of the month is the date of my birth, September 26th, and so I decided I really can't do a year of starts. I really that would just be way too much for me. But I decided, okay, I want to have new starts once in a while, so I'm going to do on the 26th of every month, I am going to do a new start. So, and I started it this September on my birthday, and what I decided to do was from a pamphlet I found while going through my stash, and it's from a little pamphlet by Sarah Evans called Gracious Ladies. And I'm doing the upper one, the lady called the lovely Laura, I think what she is called. And this is how far I have gotten on her. And she is what I would nickname her the woman of a million fractional stitches. She's beautiful. Every other stitch is a 3/4 stitch or a 1/4 stitch, and it is kind of driving me a little crazy. So I got this far, and then it was time to move on. And I do miss stitching on her, but I do not miss all the fractional stitches. And I think that this will take me a little while just because I will be needing a break from her. Like, I could probably work on her for a week, and then it's like, okay, something else. So anyway, I am working on her. The next one is part of my Year of WIPs challenge. This one I just worked on today. I'm switching out today for something else. This is the hat collage. And it was a Janlin kit. I swapped out all of the threads in the fabric. I am a person who usually doesn't like all of the stuff that comes in kits. I have a hard time with the thread. The fabric is usually Aida, and I kind of like stitching on other things. In my past, a lot of Aida, but now I really prefer even weave and linen. So I switched it out to a blue even wave. It's a 28 count called Bluebell from Picture This Plus. It's got some opalescence in it. It's really, really cute, and I've gotten 2 of the hats done. I don't know how good you can see them. Like I said, this is my first video with this camera set up, so we'll check it out. But anyway, this is really a lot of fun. It's really a nice break from the fractional stitches of the Gracious Lady, and I'm doing back stitching as I go so that it doesn't overwhelm me, because this is one heavy back stitching piece. Okay, I came across some kind of interesting things when I started working on the Year of WIPs. Speaking of the Year of WIPs, I just want to do a shout out to my postcard partner, and her name is Sonia, and she lives in New Zealand. And I just got my first postcard from her, and I want to say thank you, Sonia. The whole household was very excited in getting that. It was a picture of a cute little kiwi, and some very nice words from Sonia on it. I hope that my postcard got to you. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to many more communications with Sonia and to get to know her and her family better. All right, next I decided to pick up my little piece from 25 plus years ago, called Deviled Eggs. And I just had the little small egg to go. I just had, the white of the egg, some of the yellow, his eyes, and part of the pitchfork. So I pulled it out, get ready to work on it. I sit down and I go, oh, crap, there's no threads here. So I had to go and match threads. And the white was easy. The red was easy. The yellow doesn't really match, but it's really close, and so I figured, well, that's close enough. It was the gray that I had to really search for, and it's still a little bit shade lighter, but it's all right. I'm going to finish it. I've still got to do some back stitching. Once I get the back stitching done, this will be #1 Year of WIPs finished. And this came from this pamphlet from Cappy Designs, and it was 1989, I think is when this is from. But it's been fun. So, been working on that. While I was going through my stash looking for these year of WIPs, I came across a few others. I didn't include them in my year of WIPs, but I thought I pulled this one out because I was like, oh, this is going to be just a couple hours worth of work, maybe an evening or two, but I'm not going to count it in the challenge. And what I discovered when I did this just cracked me up. This is it. And I'm going to put something behind it just to show you. It was just during my time of little sayings, but it just says this is a positive thinking area. And I just had about 4 or 5 of the little flowers to complete and the back stitching, and that's it. And some back stitching on the sun, I think, put a little face in. So anyway, I get this out. This even had the threads with it. Everything was fine. And then I looked at the back and I went, what in the world? This is what I found. Are you ready for this? This is what I found on the back of this piece. What a mess. I don't think I cut a thread ever while working on this. There are all kinds of threads hanging from every single place. And I'm thinking, what, did I not own a pair of scissors back then? Was I afraid to cut it? Did I not know how to end it? Is this my one of my first pieces? I don't know. But anyway, it cracked me up. I didn't want to take all the threads off and finish back stitching until I showed you this amazing thing here, which cracked me up. I don't know what else I'm going to find as I go through my stuff, but I will. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I was going through, I'm going to be up here for a second. I was going through all of my stuff and I found many old friends in my cross-stitch kits that I had gotten years ago and would put them in. Okay, I'm going to do this later. And then, of course, you come across new stuff and it's like, oh, okay. Well, anyway, while I'm looking through my stuff, picking out my Year of WIP challenges, I came across this kit from Drusilla. It is called Diamond Avenue by Nancy Rossi, and it's the full kit. All the threads are there, everything wonderful, nice. And I went, oh, I really like that. I obviously know why I bought that. I'm going to have to stitch that. So I pulled it out, or actually I just put it back in the drawer and went on looking through things. Obviously, new start, couldn't do it in the Year WIP, so I thought, okay, I'm going to remember this, I'm going to go back and do it. So then I'm going through a few more drawers, and I'm going through about the 3rd drawer, going through the stuff. I came across this. Oh my gosh. But it's a Janlin kit, and it's from about 6 years later. You know, obviously still the same designer. But yeah, it is the same Diamond Avenue. So, I have 2 kits. Same thing. So I decided, obviously, I don't need 2 kits. I'm not going to do 2 kits. And so I'm going to do a giveaway. I know most people wait till their 500th subscriber to do giveaways, but I don't know if I'll ever get to 500, so I want to do it now. Not today. It'll be probably in the next video down the road. I need to get a little more organized about how I'm going to do it, what I'm going to do, and everything. But anyway, so yes, somebody out there, one of my subscribers, will be the recipient of Diamond Avenue. It's the whole kit, and that will be great. So I'm going through my stuff still and looking through all my pamphlets and what am I going to do, what am I going to do, and I come across this. I'm still getting used to where the camera is, can you tell? I have 2 pamphlets, leaflets, by Sarah Evans, and it's called the Queen Anne. And I'm going to give a picture. So I have 2 of these. So guess what? That's also going to be a giveaway, and I'm going to give it away with this because I found 2 of these. rainbow row, and I couldn't believe it. It just cracked me up. I thought, yeah, I must really like these things. I keep buying them over and over again. Now these are just the leaflets, but they will also be a giveaway. And so I keep looking, and then I find, and you'll probably recognize this kit. This kit is the same kit that I did the wedding sampler for my daughter Autumn and her husband Steve. And I completed it. It's all done. I showed it in my second video, not framed yet, but that's going to happen. But I came across this, and guess what? It's the full kit. So obviously I also bought this kit twice. So this is also going to be a giveaway in the near future. And I don't know if I'm going to do them all the same or do 3, weeks or every other week, every 2 weeks, whatever. But I'm going to be giving those away. And I tell you what, would not surprise me as I go through more stuff that I don't find more duplicates in that. And you guys are going to benefit from my absent-mindedness, my duplicate buying, whatever. So now, let me check. Let me give you an update on the babies, the baby update. I know in my last video I explained that there were 6 new babies coming in my immediate family within the next, there's 6 ladies pregnant. And that was just amazing. Well, last week we were at the baby shower for my great-grandson, and it turns out, another announcement, there's now 7 babies coming. Actually, 2 of them are with us now. A little boy, his name is Garrett, and he was born, oh gosh, he's probably maybe a month old now. And then couple weeks ago, a little baby was born, and her little baby girl was born, and her name is Kyla. So 2 of the 7 are here, and yes, this grandma or great aunt, whichever I am to these babies, I've been busy crocheting, and so it's cut into my stitching time a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. I love doing things for these babies, and they're just so cute. And you will get introduced to at least one of them, and that will be my great-grandchild. Isaiah and Emily, this morning I told them, if you walk in while I'm doing this video, because they're off for the day right now, you're gonna be, they said, what are you gonna do if we walk in and you're in the middle of doing your video? And I said, well, then you're gonna be in it. And so, because I told them, I don't know, I'm kind of self-conscious right now about doing these videos. So anyway, and I says, and then they'll have to meet your 2 babies. They have 2 puppies now. They're not puppies, they're 2- and 3-year-old dogs. One is a boxer named Bailey, and one is a little miniature Sheltie named Bella. And those are, and I says, and when baby boy comes, I have to, if it's okay with you guys, we'll introduce him to the Flosstube world. So that's kind of an exciting thing coming up in 5 or 6 weeks. So that's the update on the babies. 2 of the 7 are here, and I will keep you apprised of when the next ones show up. Okay, told you about my September, my 26th of the month every month is when I'm going to do a new start, because I kind of wanted to have something to look forward to while I'm doing all of these Year of WIP challenges. And so my November start that's when the babies due, is right around that time. And so that I'm not sure about. But for my December 26th start, I already know it's going to be this, because I'm going to have a week off between Christmas and New Year's. So I'm going to start working on The Sleeping Princess by Nora Corbett. And I am so looking forward to this. I have all the threads and beads, and I'm ready to go. Yeah, I think I've got the beads too, but I will get them if I don't have them. And I saw this because Anna from London. The Flosstuber is doing this, and in one of her first videos she showed this, and it was so beautiful that I said, I have to do that. I immediately purchased it, but didn't know when I was going to start it. It's going to be my December 26th start, so I'm really looking forward to that. The next thing, because I don't want to make this video too long, like I said, this is a new camera setup. I'm not sure how it's all going to be happening, but let's see. I forgot what I was going to talk about next, and I don't have it written on my handy notes right here. But I'm going to be doing this stitching style tag and show you how I keep everything. I got a little thing of needle minders, and when I say little, I mean little, because I don't really collect them, except for if I see one that I just love. And I got all of my mom's costume jewelry, not all of it. There was quite a few nieces and nephews and sister-in-laws that got a bunch too, but pretty much the stuff that was left over at the end, I decided some of those would be great needle minders. They're costume jewelry. But anyway, I haven't started making those yet, but I will. But so right now, I just have a little tiny board, and I have a little elephant, a couple little cameo type things. These right here are basic. What they really are is they clip onto your clothing, and you can put your reading glasses in them. So instead of having them hanging around your neck or just laying on the table, do that. Well, when I really don't use them for that, and I thought, they hold a needle. Actually, this one's holding a needle now, only since it's silver on silver, really hard to see the needle. So I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. But that's my little tiny bit of needle minders. I don't know where they came from, because I just purchased them a while back, and I do have a couple more that I haven't come across. Okay, I think that is it, what I want to talk about today, because I just want to, like I said, test out this video, see how it's working, but I want to let you know that I'm still working on my year of WIPs, and I wanted to just do a little hey to Sonia, I'm not sure how she pronounces it, and I have been watching her Flosstube videos also. She's got a beautiful family and lives in a beautiful place that someday maybe I hope to get to. So I'm going to end this here and get it together, and hopefully next Sunday seems to be a good day for me to do videos. I will see you all again, and as my dad used to always say, see you a little bit later, see you a little further down the creek. Bye everyone.